So as you guys know, I LS swapped this thing a while back, and it's had a pretty good amount of power for a while now. I've never upgraded the brakes. I'm still on 60-year-old stock drum brakes. That is finally gonna change. Alright, what's up y'all? Long time no see. It's been a good while. I've been fairly busy doing a lot of different things. Been working on the Challenger. Actually replaced this lower quarter right here. Put it in the trunk. I don't know if I've recorded that. Right now I'm messing with the rear valance. Apparently these things don't ever actually fit right, so I've been cutting these corners off of it, trying to actually get it to line up and be straight. So I'm doing that to both of those. Also got the SC sitting right here. I had to replace some brake lines that actually rusted out, and I actually found out where this thing is finally leaking oil from, and it is the upper oil pan. So I don't know what I want to do with this thing, if I want to fix it, give it to a shop, sell it, trade it, do something, but I'm trying to figure that out now. I really don't want to pull this 1UZ, but I just might. So let me know what you guys think I should do with this thing. Now, I've been doing a lot of stuff that's kind of just been things I've already filmed in the past. Quarter panels, a lot of welding, doing stuff like that. I've actually done both sides, welded up both sides. Yeah, so I figured I probably shouldn't record that again, but now I think I have something a bit different. So as you guys know, I LS swapped this thing a while back, and it's had a pretty good amount of power for a while now. I've never upgraded the brakes. I'm still on 60-year-old stock drum brakes. That is finally gonna change. Now, some of the boxes have already came in. I think I know what this is. Yeah, I kind of see it poking out. But I also have these right here. So I am finally converting to disc brakes, at least in the fronts. For now, these are slotted and drilled. I mean, you see the little slots, not too crazy, but this is to fit original 14-inch brakes or 13-inch wheels. And the reason I got these is because I have my 14-inch wire wheels. Even though that they're bolt-on reverse spoke, I wanted to make sure that the 14-inch wheels were gonna fit, so I got these right here instead. So this was a front disc brake conversion kit only, but it also came with the master cylinder, hard lines. It came with a few other things, so I can actually complete this kit. All right, here's a good look at my rotor right here. Looks really nice and clean. My master cylinder have not came yet. These are the hard lines right here. So honestly, I think I'm gonna get back with you guys whenever the master cylinder comes. It shouldn't be too far behind this stuff. This stuff just arrived today, so we will catch up with you guys soon.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Alright guys, so the rest of the parts finally came in. They actually came in the same day, but it was that night, so this is the next morning. Here are my brand new calipers right here. I also have a brand new, oh, come on, man. Brand new chrome dual pot master cylinder. So, finally getting rid of this single pot death trap over here. Finally getting rid of this thing. Everybody complained about it on my videos. Every time I took a picture of my LS swap, people complain about the brakes. Every time. So, I mean, I don't blame them, because I did need to get these things done. But yeah, finally you're getting done. Now, before we actually start, I'm gonna clean the garage up and actually swap the cars around. I don't want to be so close to the wall whenever I do these brakes, to give me a bit more room if I do it on this side. And this thing is on roller, so all I gotta do is push it across once I clean the garage up. Alright, so the car's still on the ground on its own weight. I pretty much just unboxed everything, and it comes with some instructions, not all, but I think we should get it pretty much together with all this stuff. Not mad at it. It comes with 2 papers, so yeah, honestly, I'm probably about to just start jacking this thing up and tearing it apart. All right, I'm pretty sure I can take this whole assembly off in like one piece. So let me go ahead and start pretty much pulling this drum off and just kind of getting all this stuff. Let's go ahead and start getting the nut for the spindle off, and the castle nut for the spindle, and pretty much everything else. So now that I got down to the spindle, I have to get back here and take off the rest of this stuff, the shield and the piston. So I believe it's 3 or 4 bolts that I'm gonna have to undo back here to get my spindle pretty much bare. So I'm about to take a wire brush to it and knock those 3 out. All right, so we got it down to the spindle right here. It was only 3 bolts. One down here, one down here, and one down here. And the bolt sizes for me on the back, it was a 11/16, and on the front it was a 5/8 bolt. 5/8 bolt, 11/16 nut. Alright, so I actually switched this bracket around because I want my caliper to be towards the back instead of the front. So I think this is the way it's going on this picture. The picture is very, very dark. It's in black and white. It's really kind of hard to tell. And to top it off, they're using a different spindle, which is like 4 bolts instead of... This one has 2 bolts at the bottom, 1 up here, which in neither picture they're using. Alright, so we're gonna see. We're just gonna see how this goes, to be honest. But now they're telling me to basically start packing the bearings and putting them into the actual rotor. Alright, so right here we have a wheel bearing, and I have some moly grease right here. They say you can use moly grease on wheel bearings, so what we're going to be doing is actually packing this wheel bearing. And a quick and easy way to do it, I've seen a lot of people, they'll kind of like scoop it like this, the wheel bearing in the grease, and just kind of push it, you know, with your hands. This is why it's always best to use gloves. Push it through the bearing. Yeah, this part get real messy, so make sure you wear gloves. Now all you're doing is just pushing it through the whole bearing. Make sure it's coming out the other side. Spin it around. Make sure it's getting everywhere. All right, so now we have the wheel bearing right here, and it's pretty packed with grease. So now all we do is pretty much insert it into the wheel bearing. Shouldn't be an issue at all. All right, so now we're gonna be installing the grease seal. Should be no issue. You just basically just push it in. Okay, so now it says to mount the rotor on the spindle and then pack the outer wheel bearing and pretty much install that one too. So let's go ahead and put some grease on this spindle over here and start sliding this thing on. All right, so the rotor is on, nice and smooth. So now it's time to install the caliper. So let's go ahead and try to get that out the way. Man, this thing is looking beautiful. So I just put castle nut, I just put the cotter pin and the cap, the dust cap on. So this thing looks pretty good. I'm actually really excited about this now. Yeah, it's looking all professional under here. It got coilovers, disc brakes, brand new suspension. Got my little LS in there, you can peek that. It's almost looking like a brand new car under here. So the bracket has threads on the back. So all you have to do is just thread the actual caliper on. And it takes a Allen key. So yeah, I thought that was a little weird. Look at that. The Bel Air has disc brakes, at least on one side for now. Now that I got this side all done and wrapped up for now, I'm about to go over to the other side and get it over to the same spot. I have not put on the brake lines and stuff like that yet, nor the master cylinder. So I'm just getting to another point where I can get the other side even. Now that I got the spindle exposed and the bracket set up, it is time to put the rotor on. So honestly, same process as the last time. So I'm about to get this thing together and slap it in. And that just slides on. Alright, here's the proportioning valve. It looks so good. Dude, I'm so ready to put this thing on. Get rid of this little crusty thing. I'm actually about to go under the dash right now and disconnect the brake pedal from the master cylinder and take this whole master cylinder out so I can get ready for the new one. Brake booster is on. It's looking real nice and clean right here. I do have to install the little pitchfork piece and the cotter pin right here, but I'm gonna get under there and do that in a second. But I think it's time to bleed the master cylinder. Never bench blade anything, so we're about to try to look into that and see how that goes. So yeah, let me get back with y'all in just a second. All right, I don't have anything stable to bench bleed my master cylinder with, so I just kind of rolled up some leather gloves and set it right here, and I'm gonna hold it down while I do it. But I bought a little master cylinder like bench bleeding kit, and it comes with a couple little hoses and some fittings so you can actually start pumping all the fluid through. So now that I have pretty much almost everything set up, I'm about to throw these tubes on and pretty much just put some fluid in here and depress the piston. Alright, so right here we're still bleeding it right now. I have this extension right here to depress the piston inside, but if you look, you can see a lot of air bubbles still coming up. It's kind of hard to do it because I'm still holding the whole master cylinder as I'm pushing, but just watch. Oh my gosh. It's almost, pretty much almost there. Alright, fast forward a bit, and here's what we are looking like. I've been putting in some work on this thing. So I pretty much have the whole thing bled, and or not the whole thing, sorry. I have the master cylinder bled, as you guys seen, and now I'm trying to hook up these lines, but these lines are for 55 through 68 front disc brake lines, right, that are for this kit, which is a pretty wide variety. So they're not fitting just right. I got one to fit right here, this small one that's going down to the driver front right here. As you can see, it comes straight down and it avoids the control arm and actually does go in. These are a bit longer than I would like, but I'm not reusing my old ones because, for one, they don't have the right fitting, and two, they're my old ones. So this thing actually looks pretty good. So this one is set up. However, the other two lines that they have, these two does not work at all. And going from that single pot, I don't even have a line, two lines. So I'm gonna have to figure out this front. I'm gonna have to figure out the front passenger, and I'm gonna have to run some lines for the rear as well, which is gonna kind of suck. But oh well. All right, so two things. One, this line right here is 1/4 inch line, and it will not go through this fitting right here. These are, I believe, 3/16 line. So I also ordered some more line for that to come in. This color, I have some 3/16 over there, but it's like the copper kind of color, and I really don't want that. So I have the 3/16 coming in. This one I'm actually going to use a 1/4 because I have a fitting that's going to actually thread into here that will work with this 1/4. And this existing line right here that I cut, I don't know if you guys can see, right here, that's also 1/4 inch line. So that 1/4 inch line tees off right at that passenger wheel, and then it goes to the rear brakes. What I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna take that tee off, bypass that passenger wheel, and just pretty much keep it going straight down to the rear brakes, because that would be this fitting right here. And then this one, I will have to actually make a whole new line that's gonna, I'm actually gonna route it back down and around, and pretty much the same route, and that one's gonna go to the passenger wheel over there, because these two are separate. This is for the, either or can be for the driver or passenger brake, but those two are separate, and so you have to make your own lines.
Several days later.
Alright, I don't know where I had left off with this, but this is where I am so far. So I actually did a 180 right here, and this was actually a really hard bend to do, right, because of where the flare needed to be and everything. But I didn't want it to be like super high up or anything like that, so I did the 180, kind of cut it short, and then flared it, and it actually came out really nice looking. But I did a 180 to a 45 so I can get it, you know, at least even with this. I kind of wanted to look straight. I didn't want it to look all, you know, super noodly and curvy like this bottom pre-bent one. So I actually did a 45 and then I did a 90 down. And the plan was to do a 90 right here as well at the bottom, you can see. But I end up doing a 45, so I actually think it still came out pretty good looking, but we must continue. So now we have one more line left to make, and that is over here, and that is from this line right here. That's that pre-bent line I just made to this last front driver line right here. It should be really short. All right, guys, last brake line is ran. It's not the prettiest, but it gets the job done and it kind of fits the curve a little bit. So yeah, that's what it's gonna sit like. And from the underneath, it looks like that. Not the best, but not the worst. I honestly think this brake line job actually didn't come out terrible. They could have been better, but bending brake lines is bending hard lines in general is really a skill that I do not have. So I need some practice. All right, so now that piston's in, I put the wheels back on, make sure that the brake pedal is nice and stiff. So now I think this thing is completely bled and should be good. Now all I have to do is really adjust the proportioning valve. Alright guys, so I'm about to try to take this thing out for a little test drive just to see how the brakes are actually feeling. I kind of went back and forth up and down the driveway a couple times, so now it's actually time to see. I did double check again to make sure there was no leaks. Don't see anything, so I'm about to take it for a spin. First little stop. So it is a little hard, like I said. But I think that might be because of the small diaphragm. This is a 7-inch master or booster. From what I heard, those might be a little bit tougher, but I needed a small one so it didn't hit my coil packs. I'm just gonna take it easy, make sure I'm not about to pull out in no traffic or nothing. Second gear, bro. Oh my god, dude, I don't have second gear. I thought this thing felt a little funny last time I drove it. Oh my god, this thing don't have second gear, bro. Oh dude, I'm about to try to give it a bit of a hard brake. I'm a little nervous. This is at about 40 miles an hour. No, that wasn't too bad. But I had to stomp on it though. Second gear, but it downshifted to second gear, but I feel like second gear is gone, so I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. This is a stock junkyard transmission again, so I don't know. We're gonna see. brakes do lock up in the front a bit, but it don't feel that bad, but I need to adjust these. Okay, something's definitely going on over here on that side. All right, so conclusion, they work for sure. Got a little bit more fluid right there, so I gotta tighten that up just a hair more. I think this is just residual. I think this front one right here is locking up, so I think I'm gonna just have to mess with the proportioning valve a little bit, but other than that, it's not too bad. Anyways guys, that'll be it for the end of this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.